Oh yeah, beats.
Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry.
Especially on the cross, Jesus did so much spiritually, physically. Why them put a crown of thorns on your head, and them nail him on the right hand, and nail him on the left, and them choke him with a spear, brother with a raw shout, and them nail him 2 legs, and he bled and he shout. Jesus did all that to set us free from the power, sin and death that wouldn't let us be, from the gross darkness that wouldn't let us see. Took the bell away and stopped us running aimlessly. From the shackles and the chains that was causing us the pains, that was messing with the brains, that was making us the shame. I never lie. Jesus did so much for me on the cross, and him do one by love, you not do one by force. See, he did all that, and I really can't explain why he did all that. For he was wounded for my transgressions and bruised for my iniquity. The chastisement for my peace was laid on him perpetually, and by his stripes we were healed, and by his blood it was sealed,
Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry.
Especially, Jesus died so I can be rich financially, so never like to be a billionaire essentially, so I can greet Mr. Poverty, bye-byely, brotherly. Jesus died for this bodily, so I can be in good health and live happily, so I can experience what is called longevity, so that sickness go fast in me. Actually, Jesus died to change my whole life entirely, to take me from Ajakwako to Ajabotali, so I can reign in this life and be somebody, so I can never go down but upwardly. Finally, for he was wounded for my transgressions and bruised for my iniquity. The chastisement for my peace was laid on him perpetually. For by his stripes we are healed, and by his blood it was sealed.
Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry.
Why them put a crown of thorns on your head, and them nail him on the right hand, nail him on the left, and them choke him with a spear, blood and water raw shout, and them nail him 2 legs, and he bled and he shout. He was wounded for my transgression, bruised for my iniquity. The chastisement for my peace was laid on him perpetually. By his stripes we were healed, and by his blood it was sealed.
Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry. Especially the thing that body for me for cavalry.